Hey guys, it's Jake here, out on a service call over at a family member's house. This is a 90 plus gas furnace back from the 90s. And I was out here, I guess it was about a year and a half ago or so. And the blower motor was making some noise. And I had to tighten the screws on the mounting brackets for it. They had gotten loose, and they said it sounds like it might be doing the same thing. They're hearing some vibration when the blower kicks on. I believe this one, off of memory, is set to medium-high speed for the heat call, and it's on high speed for cool. So call just came in right now. Looks like the hot surface igniter is glowing. So we're gonna let this thing fire up here and see what it sounds like. Haven't been able to do any videos lately. Been doing some return jobs and things like that, some service calls, but all the service calls I've been on, I've had customers right on me. Blower should be getting ready to turn on. Oh yeah. Definitely a rattle. It's not terrible, but I bet they're hearing, that's what they're saying, is they're hearing it up in the ductwork. It's definitely got some vibration. I had to put some leveling wood underneath it with some of that anti-vibration pads. This thing's built on a wood platform, and the wood lays on its side. Well, of course, this thing's been in here since the 90s, so the wood is sagged. And this thing had gotten out of level, and it wasn't actually able to fire. The pressure switch wasn't making because it was holding water. This was quite a while ago. I put some oak underneath it, and then put some anti-vibration pads, some rubber, to space it from the wood members, you know. And it stopped the thing from you know, not firing it. It was able to drain the water out of it and started firing again. This was years ago. Sounds like the vibration has kind of gone down a little bit. It's not as bad as it was. Not sure if you can hear that. Let me get closer. So I think this furnace is from 1995 or 96, so it's about 30 years old. It's got a newer AC on it, but I'm thinking, you know, we might have to end up replacing the maybe the blower wheels out of balance, or the little brackets. It's got the brackets to attach to the side of the motor, not like a typical belly band. I call them little dog ears, but you know, maybe those screws are loose or that metal's gotten loose. This is the original GE made in the USA blower, which, as we all know, they stopped doing that. They make them in Mexico now, and you're definitely not going to get 30 years out of them, I promise you that. So I'm going to let this thing heat the house up since I'm here. Let it cycle. I don't want to turn it off right now. With it running, when I open this door over here, it'll open that safety switch and turn this thing off with a warm heat exchanger. I'm going to let it finish its cycle, and then I'm going to open the door and put my little magnetic switch on the safety. Maybe just try to fire it with fan on only, and see if it's doing it. Now in fan on, this selection I'm pretty sure is on low for fan on, so it's not going to move as many RPM, but I just want to see if I can see anything vibrating here. While I'm waiting on that, maybe I can look at the I brought a level under here to see if maybe it got out of balance again. So it's got a slight lean. Let me get up here so you can see a little better. Not sure how well that's showing up in the camera. Alright, I put my headlamp on so you could actually see something here, but it's pretty much dead nuts, the bubble. I believe last time I had leveled it, I put a tiny bit of lean this way and then a little bit of lean this way so it goes to the furnace drain. Furnace drain, the trap is right here. Looks like this is almost dead nuts. Yeah, I mean that's pretty much dead nuts. Let me see, so it just finished its cycle here. Let me see what that's looking like. Looks like that's got lean towards the front, so it is still leaning this way, the way it should be. It looks like it's pretty dang level going this way, maybe a hair lean that way. So that would be leaning towards the drain. I'm gonna go ahead and open this thing up. These frickin' flatheads here on this unit especially are real bare. To get open, I always have to use a screwdriver. But I'm gonna go ahead and open this up, see if we see anything that might be wobbling or loose in there. Alright, so I got this thing open here, and I'm just looking at this thing to see what I see here. That still looks okay. Maybe that little door, I don't know, that seems pretty tight. This wire is touching the blower motor. You can actually see where it's been rubbing right there. I wonder if that's the noise, or if, like I said, we got the blower motor that's out of balance here. Maybe it's full of debris. This has got the original, pretty sure the original motor in it. Original gas valve, original pressure switch. I actually replaced these burners. They were rusting out, these little outside edges. I gotta be careful, that's still a little warm, but I felt the heat as I was approaching it. This was rusted out on the ends there, on a few of them, so I replaced all the burners, 7 in total. I think this is a 100,000 or 105,000 BTU furnace, pretty big furnace. Alright, well I'm going to open this up here. And well, I guess I don't really need to. I got access to the low voltage right there. I actually have this same style of furnace at my house. I don't see anything that would be shaking. You could tell at some point someone glued the fire out of this thing. That was not me. Even over here, I did a combustion analysis on it back when I first worked on it. Well, I guess it was leaking. You could see it has some rust in there. These were notorious for leaking, these things here. You can see you're getting, this is all dry here, but I actually siliconed that personally myself there on that one. I did do that as we were leaking down. Right here I put a little high temp silicone, well 400 degree silicone there. I don't see anything that would be rubbing or causing that vibration issue. Last time up here I took the motor out and tightened these little brackets down up there. These on the motor, there was a couple screws that had kind of worked loose. Over time then things can get kind of wobbly. I think I'm going to jump this thing out with my little jumper, go R to G, and we'll see what it's doing. I'm going to go ahead and open this as well. I think it's on low speed if it's in fan on only. We'll just see if we can see what's moving around causing that vibration. Alright, I went ahead and opened this part on the board here, and it is using high speed for cool. I believe that's medium high for heat, and it's using low speed for the fan. I did replace this board one summer. This thing was running the air conditioning and had no blower. It was a block of ice going to the outdoor unit, and the relay wasn't closing on the board. So I used to have a video of it actually. I bypassed this board. I put a contactor in on this thing and ran the low voltage call for G in cooling mode to the contactor, and then powered the blower with the contactor until the board came in stock. So alright, so this is a newer style board. Looks like I replaced the USA, or the capacitor for the blower, back on 12/21 of 2023, and it's still got the original draft inducer motor capacitor in there. That won't happen anymore. That's 29, 30 years old right there. All right, well, I guess I'll do fan on and see if I can see anything that's vibrating in here. I just did an initial look on this thing. I don't see anything. It's got a tiny bit of dust in the concaves of the blower wheel, the squirrel cage there. Yeah, I mean, I don't see anything that looks like it would cause it to throw it out of balance or anything like that. I might go ahead and give it a couple spins here on the bottom and just put my mirror in there and see if I can't see if it's kind of wobbling out around or something. Wheel could be starting to come apart on it. I mean, it's definitely got some good use out of it. You can see a weight right there. Hopefully the camera is picking this crap up. I don't really see anything too crazy. Got a little bit of dust in there. I don't see any blades that are broke or anything like that. Of course, I'm looking with a tiny mirror with a like rust spot on it. It's probably high time to get a new one of those. All right, let me see if I can see this thing wobbling out. I'll just spin it from the top here. Blocking my view here. Let me just pull that out of the side there. Just want to get a mirror on that and just see if I see anything kind of funky there. Of course, that's not much to look at. Might end up having to pull the thing. Looks at that. I mean, that looks pretty solid. It's got a little tiny bit of dust in the concave, but not much. Well, I forgot this thing doesn't do the magnetic jumper on those screws. So I grabbed just a gator clip here. A gator clip jumper. We're going to go to G first. Get it on there. And then I'm going to go to red, R, second. So when I put it to R, the fan should turn on low speed. And then when I take it off, I like to take my R off first. So again, I don't accidentally short anything. Or you could just do it with the power off. Okay. It's got some noise in it somewhere. To see if I see anything. Wonder if I got any movement in that wheel now. Much noise there. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and take off my jumper, and I'm going to take off my red first. That way I don't accidentally short anything out here. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over my my blue wire that's on heat over to fan, and we'll test it out and see if if it makes a little more noise. It might just be these things again are loose, or the wheel has come out around. Might be time to replace the motor and the brackets and the wheel. Alright, I got the wires switched around. I got blue on the fan terminal now. I'm gonna go ahead and rehook this thing up. If the heat call comes on and this draft motor starts, I'll have to kill power to the furnace because I got low speed on heat right now, and that's definitely not gonna move enough air. So let's go to G first. And we're gonna go to R now. Oh, kicked off, look at that. Alright, there we go, we're on G. Ain't holding real good. Alright, there we go. And let's go to R. Yeah, she's definitely got some wobbling going on. You can see that, the motor. You can see the wheel. See that wheel? It's not rolling true like it was. See that? The band there? Look at that mirror. Hold up. Let me see if I can get you a better shot. Yeah, you can see. Let me get a better shot. Got my light on that band. Watch that band in the mirror. Oh, we're getting ready to get a heat call. I'm gonna go ahead and kill it. I didn't go up and kill the thermostat as far as setting it off of heat. It's set at 71 right now. So yeah, you could see hopefully in that mirror there when it was running, you could see the band on that wheel. Instead of rolling smooth like it was in low speed, it was kind of doing this, bouncing. It was like that. So I believe our wheel's gotten out around. We could probably just order a wheel for this thing and call it a day, but the motor is 30 years old. This is either, I think it's a 95 furnace, 96, so I'll have to see what they, what they want to do. If it were me, I have to remove the wheel anyways. We could keep this motor as a backup, like at the house here. Order new brackets for it, a new wheel and a new motor, and just change it all out. Of course, the new motor they put in there won't last probably a fifth as long as this one. But I'll get an OEM motor. It's a 4-speed motor. It's got low, medium, high, and high. So, all right, let me I might actually just let this thing fire in heat mode, see if I can't get you a better shot of that band there on the motor and as it's wobbling. I think I'll do that. I got a little handheld light I'll put on there. Try to get a good angle. I'll put the camera up close so you can see it, and you should see that band, instead of spinning true, it's got a wobble to it. So that tells me that the wheel itself has come out around. And if I take this out and the motor bearing has play to it, could be that as well. So I'll probably just recommend we just do the motor, brackets, and a wheel. Alright, I got the blue medium high speed back on heat, low speed back on the fan terminal there. Yellow's parked, that's medium low. When I first touched this unit way back in the day, the medium low was the heat speed, and we had a huge split. Wasn't nearly enough, and it was lacking some return, so we had to get the return corrected. I'm going to go ahead and put this door on here, close it back up, and then I'm going to grab that other light I got and see if I can't get you a good angle and show you that wheel wobbling. Alright, I got the door back on. I just restored power to the furnace. If there's still a heat call here, this thing should go ahead and call for heat. If not, I'll crank up the heat so we can run it again. I got the medium high again back on the heat terminal, and I got my camera back in there with a light on it right there, and you can see that band in the mirror. I think I said camera, sorry, right there. And when that thing starts running, it'll show that it's kind of out of round. It's wobbling, and when it was in low speed, it was very minimal. And when it was in medium high, though, I could see it. I'm not sure if I picked it up on the camera or not, but it was pretty noticeable that it was running out of round. Okay, the burner's just lit. I'm gonna kick up my headlamp another hit there. That might be too much glare. It might actually be a little better. You can probably see the band a little better. So now the blower should turn on. And keep an eye on that band. See that? That actually caused my light to fall. There we go. Look how much that thing's wobbling. See that? That maybe make it a little better. Sorry if you can't hear me. See that thing wobbling? It's moving back and forth, kind of jumping all over the place. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay over this thing. It's pretty loud. And I've been having issues with my microphone on one side of my camera. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and recommend on this one, we do the wheel and the brackets and then a new motor. I could pull this out and see if there's shaft play in the motor, but where this motor has been mounted like this, the shaft is going down like that. That squirrel cage or the blower wheel's been hanging on that thing for years, so I imagine it's going to have some shaft play where it's being pulled out and running. So if I were to push up in on it, it's probably got some movement back and forth there. So just to play it safe, I'll just say it's a family member of mine's house, so I'll say we do the motor, the new brackets. I hate to put on old brackets. They're not much money anyways, and just get a new wheel. Well, you can see this whole thing's kind of wobbling here. They got good ears. A lot of people wouldn't notice that, but definitely is vibrating. All right, I'm not sure how well you could hear me when I was talking there. You could see this thing vibrating. And I think the smart move here is to replace the motor, the brackets, and the wheel itself. And, you know, that should fix the problem as far as the vibration. You could technically pull this thing out. Like I said, I could check the shaft play. If there's shaft play, I'd say go ahead and replace the motor. And then also on the wheel, you could take it out to like a smooth garage floor surface, and most garages are sloped towards the door, and just set it down and let it roll towards like the garage door. And if you see it wobbling side to side, then you know it's you know, probably a little out of round, or just take it out and look at it, visually look at it. But I'm not going to go that far. This is a family member's house, so I'll go ahead and order, I believe based on what they say here, I'll order those 3 parts and replace the blower motor, the wheel, and the brackets. Probably don't need to do the brackets, but I'm going to go ahead and do them anyways, because I have seen them get soft over time. The metal gets weak and will start moving. So I want to make sure I got nice new brackets on this thing as well. I'll try to do more videos in the future. I haven't had much luck lately. I've been doing some return ductwork jobs. I haven't been, of course, recording those. I'm trying to get the stuff done. I've been in some rough locations, crawl spaces, attics, and in basements. And, you know, when you're doing those kind of jobs, you're trying to get in and out so you can maximize your profit on what you quoted. Seems lately that I've been having a lot of customers right on me while I'm working on their units. I've been over at one customer's house. Both the husband and the wife were on me the whole time. So much so that when I would go to back up, I'd actually bump into them, working on their indoor system. I was at a guy's house yesterday, or no, not yesterday. Yeah, yesterday and the day before. and he was on me the whole time. So it seems like the service calls that I have been getting, I've had people right on me the whole time, never away from me, and I just feel weird recording my service work when they're right there on me. Just, I figure I let them in on the conversation, or I put them to work to change thermostat settings and stuff like that. But yeah, I'll try to record where I can. My channel's not monetized. I don't know if I'll end up monetizing this channel or not. Even once I hit that threshold again, just I don't. YouTube bothered me a lot the way they did me on my old channel, so I don't really know if I want to participate in it that way. This is just more of a something I enjoy to do. It's kind of free advertising for me. If someone happens to be in my area, they can see, I'm not out here trying to rip people off, and they can kind of see my style as I work, and hopefully it'll get me some customers. It worked in the past. I got a few customers from YouTube, my old YouTube videos, my old channel. Anyways, I want to say thanks for watching. I appreciate the support. You guys stay safe out there. Get home safe to your families. Talk to everybody later.